The upper left-hand side, representing the human, could follow Chemico in the quarterfinals. He's representing the Africa Freaks. He's Sock. In the bottom right, a very, very decorated Night Elf. Probably the second best Night Elf of all time, just behind Moon, WCG, BlizzCon. He's won it all. He's back. He's ReMinD. There we go, man. We got a Keeper. We got an Archmage. We got a pretty standard opening.
Yeah. And the match history between the two looks kind of like you would expect it to look, right? Where ReMinD is much more of an old school player and Sock, I would say, like, became better in the last few years, became a lot better. That's a better way to say it. From 2015 to 2016, or late 2016, ReMinD won the first 9 series that he played against Sock. So it was 9-0 once upon a time in series against him. Then Sock won 2. Then ReMinD won 2 again, and then Sock won the latest one that they played, which was in this very group stage, this rematch. So if you look at our overall history, like, ReMinD has a 79% win rate, but in their last 5, Sock has won 3 out of the 5, which is very representative of, you know, how far he's come and how much better he's gotten. And I would agree with that. You know, I feel like he should be the favorite going into this match, and it's really going to be for ReMinD to, I guess, step it up and play really good and try to do better than before here in order to win, much like we saw from Chemico when he faced Colorful.
Yeah, man, this Chemico vs. Colorful game was absolutely amazing on this very map, and last season we had this beautiful match of Moon versus Fortitude here. So Tidehunters, a good battleground for Night Elf versus Human. Sock, of course, being involved with the scene more in the past couple of years, but maybe that is in favor of ReMinD to a degree. That he's a little more unpredictable. The game tape for Sock is out there. There's a million replays. There's a million VODs. For ReMinD, not so much. And we've seen in the past couple of days here in this tournament that he has his very own approach to playing Night Elf in 2021.
Absolutely, yeah. But I kind of wish he wouldn't go for this, like, kind of first build. At least, like, he did on Other Eye last time. I didn't think it was great. Or perhaps also came down to the execution, of course. But when they played on Tidehunters last time, it was a tri-hero game from both of them, where I thought ReMinD was doing pretty well, but then he had Keeper Panda. He went for a Tinker third, which at first looked pretty flashy. You know, he had Cluster Rocket, he leveled it to 3. But after that, ended up having a lot of trouble against the Panda into Blood Mage of Sock. So now, ReMind's under pressure. He brings Wisps immediately. He needs to get rid of this Water Elemental in particular. That's one of the higher damage unit here in this attack. And Sock is committing to trying to get a cancel on that tree. The Murloc is helping him.
Oh no, Sock bribes him. ReMinD cancels last second, but that's all mana gone from the Keeper. Feels like Sock did his homework. ReMinD getting attacked by all of the footmen. And this is a nasty early game for ReMinD.
The Wisp can be targeted. One of them gets trapped. He detonates sometime. The other one as well. That's so many Wisps already lost for ReMinD. And I guess at least he's going to have that Moonwell up there. That Murloc, so annoying, provided a little bit of extra damage as well, which helped out Sock get the tree. I mean, he probably would have gotten it regardless. And now ReMinD has to restart the tree. The human's already mining fully from the expansion.
That's a great, great, great beginning for Sock here, who also starts to deny more, pull his footman back, and ReMinD was also hurt on the Keeper, so he used a lot of Moon Juice, and is still not at full health, and he has only 1 Entangle to work with, and he's not level 3 at all.
Yeah, ReMinD might just sit there here for a little bit and make sure that the Archmage doesn't come back in to get a cancel. He's actually going to run into him. Sock needs to turn around. That might be the Staff forced. I don't know if you would have to Temple. No, I think Staff will go through here because the Archers were a little bit far back. So he actually saves this Town Portal here and going to be able to heal. ReMinD being so close to 3, we saw what a Fast Keeper level 3 can mean as well, like in terms of really lowering the footman count consistently with all of these entangles. So that would be a very important level for him to get, but he wants to pressure.
Yeah, he just checked how far are you with your expansion? What's the status here? How many towers? How fortified is this? Shop and 1 arcane. That's not too defended. But he seems a little insecure. Poking forward, pulling back a little. Decides to go for the secure level 3.
Yeah, so will Sock here. Going to the left-hand side, he saw the army of ReMinD in the center of the map. Very quick to react. He knows that he can't afford to get entangled too much. You don't want to lose that townfall early, then you can end up losing your hero if that happens also. Look at this archer. Get out of here. Reinforcements are coming.
Yeah, ReMinD was the one to send archers during nighttime onto the map and use them as watcher wards. Doesn't surprise me that he pulls one to the side and pokes a little bit. Sock aiming for the surround. The frog is helping maybe a little. It's gonna be close. Whoo! Thank God this keeper is so lean.
A player's forces are under attack.
Squeezes through.
He's lean, yeah, that's one way to say. He's ripped. He got an 8-pack. ReMinD, for some reason, really wanted to go for the Archmage, but Sock had such great movement that he prevented that entirely. And as I say that, he almost runs his Archmage into the army. Careful here. Yeah, eventually he reverted back to going for the Footmen. Starts to shop in the center of the map. The Footmen are here. ReMinD is probably like, why the hell are they here? They have no business. But that's because the staff is almost up here for Sock. He might want to staff across the map and pressure yet again.
He got the tally staff, he got the dust, and Footmen and human in general became so good in killing buildings, and they use it over and over and over again. We saw it especially by Johnny Cage against Fog. He had Echo Owls like 5 times on the lures, and on the the Entangled Gold Mine, that works very, very well. So the gold advantage even further in Sock's favor.
Humans became good at killing buildings without tanks, that is, because we're already pretty damn good with that.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Archmage gets 3 at least on the other side now. He went for the Murloc camp to get that, adding 1 extra tower. And wait, he's already getting Iron 4 swords? What?
Oh, that's a quick attack upgrade.
Do you want to go Knights, or is that for Breakers?
First, it's for Footmen, of course, but yeah, I saw a blacksmith, right? Maybe misclick, but I don't really see that.
Oh, that had to be intentional. Maybe he's already planning on getting a lot of breakers. So like with double Sanctum, you know, you add a few casters, then you go into breakers. But Panda second again, that's starting to become almost the standard for Sock and Chemico, and they've gotten so good with that style. I mean, Panda, one of the buff heroes recently that's been doing really well in this battle.
The shop goes down again, Todd. There is a staff, okay, but can't use the clarities. That's rough. Can't call for nighttime. Good to never remind.
Yeah, clarity is always so nice here for the extra entangles. It goes for it maybe a bit too early on the Archmage, which will be able to get out. ReMind's getting chased away, and 2 Moonwells at the expansion are dry. He's only got the 2 in the main base now to work with to try and replenish. Cat 3 starts now, and double Sanctum on the other side. Getting very close to finishing. There is no workshop yet, so maybe he just mixes in a lot of rifles, casters, breakers at first, and adds that later.
Yeah, I could see that. He's not really under pressure to go for a push. As long as it's 2 base, 2 base, it could be fine. I like how Sock is walling off the base to prevent a bear attack. Just close the surface. It's super important. Oh, Archmage. Status on cooldown. Has to use the invul.
ReMinD is a bit of a hero targeter, isn't he?
He is.
He's going for the Archmage in spots where like most people would just be happy to kill all these footies.
I mean, it's essentially a bit of a trade of like mana versus 150 gold, so why not go for it, especially if you're a night elf and have Moonwells. But as he couldn't call for nighttime and used a lot of that juice earlier, it's all a drought.
Yeah, Sock has handled the hero target really well so far with, you know, getting out with the staff. Now, of course, an invuln was forced, but the fact that he didn't lose it, I can tell you a lot of players would have lost their Archmage to ReMinD actually trying to kill it. So, done a good job of that. Workshop about to finish in the main base now. And you don't have to bank for very long here if you're Sock. You can just break up keep very, very soon because you keep on creeping. And then you push towards, you know, that 70-80 supply where you're going to be very strong to perhaps do a push on the Night Elf Tactical, which is about to have a 3rd Moonwell there. ReMinD really getting ready for all that stuff.
Yeah, this looks a little bit like Night Elf versus Undead, Foggy especially, when he fortifies this expansion so much to have a little help and support in the defense. We found a Soapy Mask on ReMind's Panda, the absolute dream. If only at level 3 on top of that.
Yeah, and you can get level 3 right here on this turtle camp very easily. Bears entering the field, a lot of them. I love that ReMind's already upgrading. because like you don't want to delay that too long. Like we saw that Sock started working on his very early, so he's about to have 1-1 for the Footman and Breakers, and he's already queued up the black gunpowder into that blacksmith for the rifles and mortars to do additional damage.
Red spot for Sock. He's in no rush here at all. You know, it's okay. My level 4 is gonna be good. My Panda's still not free. If I get the time, I can still go to Castle. I do get my invisibility upgrade for the Sorceress, which I love how human nowadays are using the invisibility on the Panda to prevent mana burns and feedback and everything else, like a little bit of slow and tangles.
Yeah. Definitely a lot of stuff is being pushed, like I said before, in terms of how well you have to execute. I thought that ReMinD might attack next because it chose to creep on the top side, which has a lot less camp than the bottom side. And typically you don't go very early for that red camp. It's like almost, you know, deceiving that it's just a red camp because it's pretty strong against a certain type of army which have melee units. This is reliant on bears a lot. It goes for the push to force Stock back in that position. And now that means that ReMinD can just easily pull back. I mean, there's no Stormbolt to chase him or anything like that. And he kind of gets control of the game again in that, like, he can choose, you know, like, does he run around and hit and run on the Expo? He could go for the reds eventually when he has enough units. Or he could even go down there at the big turtle camp to creep that and secure maybe another base down the line. Yeah,
this feels really smart by ReMinD, a little reminiscent of what they did at the shop when he used an Entangle to force an invul. Here he pokes forward a bit, forces the TP, pulls back in time, takes no damage, goes to the shop, gets the shop control, and in a battle of two pandas on a map where there's only one shop, heal scrolls are key.
And it seems like Stock and Chimiko now go for Castle Tech at around 60 supply because, you know, they are sure that they're not going to die anytime soon. They got a big army and they can make it to 80 regardless. I don't know if you know this because I think Remo had messaged me, but recently messaged me. He's like, hey, what do you think about Panda second against human? I was like, this is terrible. And he's like, hey, what about Castle? And I was like, no, this is also terrible. If you go Castle, you lose. Apparently, these guys are doing everything that Remo thinks is good in the matchup, and he's probably laughing his ass off just watching this right now.
I mean, so far, that worked pretty well. I don't wanna argue against Remo's strats so far.
Yeah, I mean, Chemical looked pretty good earlier playing that slide, right? Yeah. It's like if you get a demon third, then he'll know who had the blood mage third. And it's like all these little... It's almost like a RPG game, you know, where you pick your heroes as you go. All right, Panda comes in. This feels like a better position right now for ReMinD, and he drops with a Zeppelin on top of the human army.
Wow, did you give him that advice? Because you mentioned that yesterday in the cast. What a nice attack by ReMinD. Also the Panda storming into the back. He did damage, but I don't think he got any important kills, if any.
Yeah, that was way better for ReMinD here to force the TP, like a lot of the units of Sok are injured. Fortunately for him, he got out early enough that, you know, he didn't start. Like, if you lose even like 2-3 casters here, this is disastrous. You need to replace them. Very important to save everything. But now ReMinD is not in a position where he can contest the red camp, which is a problem because there is some potential realistic items here that Sok could get, and that's the very big bit of experience also that he's gonna gain from this.
For sure. It's interesting in a way that this is a very different game from Chemico and Colorful. Sok goes tier 3 way faster. We don't see a Demon Hunter on ReMinD's side. Ooh, Warsong Battle Drums is crazy for mortars and rifles. But here's the attack for ReMinD.
Anyone's not sure what this does. It increases the attack damage of all the nearby units, friendly of course, by 7%. 7% extra damage on everything. Big temple on top of the human army. Can he get some kills this time?
I think so. Sok pulling back. Another TP. That's a third one, right? So that's like 1,000 gold just in scrolls. Blood Mage is coming proactively here. Wonder if that triggers a counter Demon Hunter. Usually he's out crept fast or out leveled fast.
Yeah, the problem with that is that then there'd be the Blood Mage to counter that very well, which Sok didn't even wait until he saw a Demon Hunter. He's like, no, that Panda of mine, it's gonna get level 4 and plus. I want to be able to make sure I can keep giving him mana. If he gets 5, that's just the absolute dream. Like Panda level 5 right now is perhaps the best hero level 5 you could ever have.
We saw the difference yesterday, right? In exactly this matchup, Foggy versus Johnny Cage. One panda was 5, the other wasn't, and that is the craziest amount of AoE that you can get in this matchup. Invis Archmage getting the heal scroll, so Sock stands at 2. ReMinD on the other side, lower levels and only 1 heal scroll as well. Plus, oh, nice first Siphon goes through, but anti-magic is here. Drunken Haste, Breath of Fire, let's burn.
Okay, ReMinD needs to make sure he stops summoning Treants here. Militia coming in. He managed to disengage here. This is a terrible fight for ReMinD. He did such a good job in the previous engagement, but now Sock finally saw a big opportunity to engage in a perfect corner of the center of the map. And he got some important kills here. He got rid of the 2 hippos. He got rid of the fairy dragon as well, and ReMind's in trouble.
Yeah, it keeps on happening that Night Elves are pushing into chokes where they don't belong. Yeah, they need a lot of space for these bears, or use the Zeppelin all the time. But it's so hard to do it here. Same situation again. The bears have to go through the 2 needle holes at the same time to go into a nice position, and the panda just says hello to them.
And that's gonna start getting fed mana immediately here. The fact that there's no Demon Hunter, which still somewhat gets countered by the Blood Mage, is gonna be a big problem. And Entangled to interrupt the Breath of Fire that was still gonna come up actually. ReMinD, this is not a good position, and now that his Zeppelin has been countered, he can't get to the backline with the bears. They're also kind of stuck at the front on their own, being slowed.
Got a feeling that Tidehunters turns out to be not the greatest Night Elf map anymore in this matchup. Just because of that, it is so narrow, and humans love to abuse that a little. Start a fight, pull back into a choke, bears clump up, you have AoE, and then there's no bears anymore.
Yeah, the problem for ReMinD is that he got out-leveled, like especially that top right-hand side camp. He was just kind of standing around, and that's also part of the problem with his style that he plays overall, where he loves to play aggressive. He loves to run to the opponent's base, force fights. It seems like nowadays against a strong player defensively and like late game player like Sock, or that I wouldn't say Sock's a late game player, but I feel like he's got the late game a lot more figured out than ReMinD. Look at this, like ReMinD just stood around, he's still level 4-4. Sock is about to steal the turtle camp of ReMinD perhaps down there. Like those hero levels, 4.7, 4.4, and 2.2 against 4.1 and 4.1. It's just so severely out-leveled, and he's gonna need a miracle to pull this map win off here. ReMinD.
Here is a big attack though, but yeah, it's all so fortified. Before he loses anything of value, Sock is gonna creep that camp, TP home, ReMinD again pulling back. That is the 4th TP, so I guess he gets ahead in that regard.
Yeah, but he has traded better, so like, the amount of TP that he used not as important as just getting good trades in the fights. ReMinD, this would be a good time to just move down and clear the other turtle camp. I don't think he can do much about that base on the left-hand side unless he wants to commit to going there with everything. Perhaps he could force a bad downfall from Sock, actually, if he went there.
Kind of feels bad to cross the entire map just for one camp, right? I guess he doesn't know that the Overseer camp is gone as well. Not too sure. Sock's gonna be on 3 bases. ReMinD is in high upkeep now, without Chimeras.
Yes! Oh my god, he has so many Fairy Dragons. There's some big potential for them, but not if they're being attacked on their own here. They need to pull that back.
This position is absolutely horrible. Doesn't have an answer to the gyros yet. They can fall if they did some damage to the fairies. We got a front row as well. Level 5 Archmage, Panda level 4. Waterman is getting dispelled, okay. Gyros are gone, but so are the fairies. Flame Strike coming in. Level 5 Panda. Oh, this is a barbecue soon.
They summoned Trance again, which is a big mistake here, because there's no more Fairy Dragons, so they can easily be dispelled. Yeah, there we go. And that Panda level 5 is going to begin Korean barbecue we all love here, with those bears on the menu.
I don't think ReMinD enjoys this one in particular so much. Sock pulls out, 66 supply remaining. ReMinD lost 20 here, and he's already rebuilding, so kind of 30 supply in a position where he's facing a 3-base tier 3 human. How do you lose this if you're Sock now?
You have to take a horrible fight, which he's been doing a good job of not doing. Last one was a little bit weird in that, you know, he was the one kind of coming at ReMinD from a weird angle, but overall, the fact that every bear is clumped up at the front and kind of blocking each other is very, very bad for ReMinD. And also that move with the Fairy Dragons was terrible. Like, that should have never happened. Remember that ReMinD has a Panda as well. Like, if he can get rid of the flying machines and there is none, then those Fairy Dragons, they're gonna reign supreme. As long as they can be there for the whole fight, they do so much damage to the backline with the casters.
Absolutely. We got 5-5 against 4 heroes. Bears are getting slowed and caught again and grilled and game. Suck with map number 1.
Looking fairly similar to the first encounter, right in the upper bracket on this map. Stock banking on the late game, going for the tier 3. The top Korean humans are rediscovering the tier 3 strength and what comes with it. And I think what enables this is the Panda second choice by the Night Elves. The humans realize the Blood Mage is too slow. He takes too long to come online. Just go for your own Panda and you're going to have the better mana support. You're going to have the Brilliance Aura and the late game also the Blood Mage Siphon. And the Panda, as Todd correctly said, is just really strong right now. I think the Night Elf need to realize Panda is not the right choice. Demon Hunter is better just to prevent Panda on the other side. And then if we go ultra late game again, maybe you can add in a third hero Panda, although I'm not sure about that. But the Panda on the Night Elf side just seems weaker than the Panda on the human side right now to me.
Yeah, but the problem is that if you go Demon Hunter second and the human goes Blood Mage, you're in a lot of trouble. And usually you go for your hero before the human does, right?
I don't think it's that good of a counter, honestly. If the Night Elf plays really well around it. Like, the first time you get Siphon in the fight, you use Entangle. The second time, you use Anti-Magic. The third time, you use Next Entangle. If you have all those counters prepared, the Siphon can be dealt with. Of course, not very easy, but there are tools available. Plus, the Blood Mage takes so long to come out of the altar. Same for the Demon, but the Night Elf normally then has map control anyways. That's anyways just me.
Being muted?
I think maybe some connection issues.
He just
Talk
keeps
about
on
a
talking.
cliffhanger.
He doesn't care. He just keeps on talking to himself. I can imagine that happening regularly.
I need to know what he was gonna say now.
Yeah, no. I guess he realizes maybe a crash or something. You know, software isn't bulletproof, and neither is ReMinD or Sock. So I'm looking forward to this one now. Autumn Leaves, the second new map. What does ReMinD have left in the tank? I think Sock all around played better.
Yeah.
Knew
He outspread him.
Yeah, pretty much. Knew where his strong moments are. Got this very, very nice early game that put him way ahead. And I wonder if he can pull through and end the comeback at DreamHack for ReMinD in the group stage. But there's definitely potential for ReMinD to step it up. He's always been a pretty smart player who can adapt very, very well on the fly. So he needs that now, or he's out. Game 2, Autumn Leaves. And there we go. ReMinD in the red bottom left hand side and Sock in the yellow upper right. Once again for the Africa Freaks. Super cool to see them supporting him for, I guess, over a year now. Not very sure. But deservedly so. He's a former DreamHack champion. So far all of our champions are still in, right? Lawlight qualified, 1-0 qualified. Sock fighting for it now. Lin and Moon. All previous DreamHack champions in.
A tournament of champions. You know, that's what this fall season is here. Sock and ReMinD, they've never played on this map, by the way. Their last series, it was Conceal Hill, Tidehunters, and Northern Isles. So a little bit of new territory between the two. But I expect this game to, strategy-wise, resemble the one that we just saw last game. Of course, it's a different map, like expansion, very easy to take here. Much like on Tidehunters, but then there is that battle for the center, which can come in very importantly. The red camp is also a little different and favors whoever is going for more range, which usually is the human player.
Okay, we'll see where this goes. We definitely have the same opening heroes again, which comes as no surprise. Keeper, standard, Archmage, standard. Question is, when to expand, where to expand, and how much you have to suffer until the next boss is up. ReMinD denied one, right?
I think he might have, yeah.
Oh,
He was. That's because he was busy microing his Wisp on the other side, which was getting chased by the Archmage. So while it was detonated on time, oh my god, Sock got his Water Elemental is there, not again. Look at those peasants. Oh! He gets the mantle at least. Great drop. He needs to replace those peasants. Yeah, okay. So he's gonna send the injured ones back home because, you know, Night Elf's not really supposed to go for that main base. Like, it feels like it's so far away. Just replace them with healthy peasants on the lumber line, perhaps.
Okay, we get level 2 here for the keeper as well. So he fixes that. Might be a later level 3 then.
And this time, Sock's not playing aggressive immediately after creeping the expansion here.
Player's forces are under attack.
Delaying
Yeah.
the attacking of Said Expo a little bit.
He
Once
only
you get
needs...
cover faced. Dude, they're only getting perfect items.
You have to suffer so they can thrive, Todd.
It's not fair.
It's like Jesus, you know? You're the modern day human Jesus.
I don't know what to say about this.
Me neither. Here we go, it is ReMinD being aggressive now, trying to cause some trouble, but as you pointed out, all the peasants healthy again. And yeah, hero focus it is. That seems to be ReMinD's favorite game at the moment. And I'm not too sure if that's right, because there were 2 peasants very hurt. He could have gotten the safe kill instead of the hero focus.
It's different to last game in that now, like, it started targeting him very early at a point in the game where you almost never have a shop coming up for the human. So if you can follow up and chase really well, it's going to be really, really good for ReMinD. Perhaps secure an Archmage kill. He's going for it against Sock. I was praising his movements. That was a little bit gutsy here to go like so far out again. And he now starts an Arcane Vault. But ReMinD easily has the time to just go home, heal up, and then attack again. In which case, this Archmage, if he gets caught, would be a bit of a disaster here.
This dire wolf, man, is quite hungry. But yeah, it's the same situation as before, that the keeper is very hurt and out of mana, so has to use 3 Moonwells. Expansion is coming up, it's at 40%. I don't think Sock knows about it, and also contrary to Tidehunters, this time we got a Shadow Priest.
ReMinD is actually trying to actively break this here. He bought mercenaries, so he's gonna target a footy here first and foremost, but I think he might try and go for that tower here with all the piercing damage, which Sock great
Player's
foresight here.
forces are under attack.
He knows that if that tower doesn't go up, he's in a world of trouble, so he sent militia in advance and he's pushing ReMinD back. This is so well done by both players.
But Sock didn't start the tech yet, so this goes on to Lumber Economy. He got 2 peasants at the expo to fix this, but it is a big tech lead for ReMinD.
Yeah, a bit of mismovement here. For a second, can be able to get the Wet Elemental. And that's pushing Keeper closer to level 3, but now the Arcane Tower is finished and actually gonna drain a bit of mana from that Keeper. Archmage back up to 340 hit points.
So much aggression by ReMinD. He's going for that Naga as well. That of course means the Blood Mage isn't too powerful here. You'll probably see some other heroes. And
In a game where you know you're gonna be fighting a lot, I think Naga makes a lot of sense, and here he seems to really want to push to reduce those peasant counts. Archmage being targeted again.
once more, Militia called, this time after the tech. So it doesn't hurt the timing too well, but the Shadow Priest, I'm a little worried for you, pal.
He can run easily here with whatever, like militia and peasants. And footmen, they're not that great at chasing units. Keeper is 1 unit away from getting level 3 here. Archmage, it's been costly actually, because he's been using Regen Scroll twice, been popping some clarities.
Militia twice, true. Another last arrow gets the kill here, and that's finally level 3. This is what ReMinD wanted all
Player's
along.
forces are under attack.
And he gets it now without much cost. It is nighttime. And we got Moonwells almost filled to the brim. Double
ReMinD
shop.
he delayed the taking of the expansion to try and do damage instead, and it worked out pretty well so far. He's killed so many units, he's kept the Archmage low on experience because he's barely been killing anything. He wrecked the economy of lumber of stock by forcing so much black. Look at his lumber. He's got 33 right now, but he did start the blacksmith at least already, and a guard tower in the expo. And now ReMinD can secure the entire center. This is what he's gonna get out of this as well, because he's got Keeper 3, attacked way quicker. If he gets the entire center and then keeps pressuring that expo, we might have a little bit of a repeat of that game against Thunder, which was one of the most brutal I've seen in recent times.
Oh, yeah.
Against human.
Yeah, for sure. And this lumber is clearly an issue because you want a couple of towers, you want most likely long rifles, gunpowder upgrades, adept upgrades, ideally at some point a tier 3 tech, or at least like 3 new production buildings in Sanctum and Workshop. And for all that you need lumber.
Yeah.
Doesn't have that.
Well, he already made the first lumber upgrade, but he might need this. This might be one of those games where once in a while you need the second one, like very soon after you reach tier 2.
Sokka's going Blood Mage still against this Keeper Naga combo. Is that a mistake?
Well, how would he make it to the center? That's the question, right? If you want a panda, you've got to make it to the tavern. So unless he tried to sneak a critter, I guess maybe he could have sent a footman around. The safe choice is sometimes to just go for a Blood Mage, which is still very solid as well.
What about MK? Takes too long, right?
Yeah, Mount King really had a fall from grace with the latest clap nerf. There is only a few resistance warriors that are still trying to make it work, but most humans have kind of moved away from that. Hawk is one of the last few guys that goes MK consistently and makes it look very good.
Yeah, he's certainly one of the most stubborn players in the scene. He tried to tell us that a ring on an alchemist is really bad for like 2 years.
What's wrong with that?
I mean, it's pretty good to have a ring on an alchemist. To, you know, so he doesn't have one armor anymore. Huh?
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I think
Good.
one ring on an alchemist can give a little bit of tankiness for sure.
Players' forces are under attack.
Sokka's also supply blocked here. ReMinD pushing and pushing and pushing. Getting
With that four landing.
And the level 3 creeping with the second tier of ReMinD is pretty much impeccable. Now the TP, but he's already pulling back. Everything is safe. Keeper secures that.
And then now that ReMind's getting burst and he broke that guard tower, he's probably thinking, okay, I just gotta take down that arcane tower and then this is it. This guy's out of there and we're moving on to map 3. And honestly, he's looking amazing this game. This is ReMind style in a nutshell. You know, like just non-stop aggression, controlled aggression. He doesn't overextend ever. Every time Militia was coming in, he pulled back exactly as he needed to. And now he finds himself in a position where he's ahead in supply against a human that fast expanded. He's got him severely out-leveled. He's about to move in for the kill.
It's quite funny how in the interview yesterday he said, I need to learn how to be more patient and stuff. And on the second map, he's like, nope, let's go back to full aggression. And hey, it's working out for him. Sometimes you just gotta give in to your nature.
Yeah, definitely did well here. The tangle on the Blood Mage, interesting. Wanted to prevent, maybe he thought that the Flame Strike was about to be used, which you can get cancelled. Yeah, that orb is doing so much damage from the Keeper. He's got a Hellstone. The Breaker doesn't have enough mana here to steal the Rejuve, so he's just gonna use that in front of him.
Now he's feeding the Breaker. That's also a rare sight. He's paying for that though. The Flame Strike was really good, but apparently not enough. It's a little similar to Colorful versus Chemico earlier today, where...
Look at the Enchanter 4 at the Expo. He can't hit.
What?
Players' forces
Oh! Wow!
He
He's derping out like crazy. This looks like these guys in a violent mosh pit with this violent dancing thing.
That's so hilarious. He's struggling so much. It's more interesting than the fight. Where actually, Naga gets put... Oh, he transfers the TP. Dude, this is
That's a... I can...
What the hell? It looks so stupid.
It's kind of me in a club after a lot of drinks.
Oh,
Here
he's
we
like,
go.
oh, he could have gone through this whole time. I thought he was stuck.
Oh, wow, he's not allowed in that club, no.
Oh my god.
That made Todd's day.
I was looking at it already for 10 seconds. I'm like, why is he doing this? Like, this is gonna like unbug, right? No, he was just stuck the whole time.
are under attack.
It was more interesting than the fight, yeah, which was very one-sided in ReMind's favor. And now finally, I know I've said this before, but he might be about to put an end to this game here. Fort Lightning on the peasants, get rid of them very quickly, and then he can just take out the tower easily. And Sok, he would love to be given a little bit more time, but he's gonna move in position here to try and take a fight. It feels like he simply cannot take.
Still so low on lumber, man. About, like, he was at more than 1k gold. Nothing in the lumber department. The lumber mill is empty. Can't research all the great technology that the human has to offer. Or humanity has to offer. Now the nature is striking back. How
Archmage getting caught a little bit. That's gonna force the invuln. I actually thought he could maybe run away, but now he's trying to do just that. Big slows here on those bears. There's not too many dryads, but there should just be too much regardless of the slows here. And this is also the phase where, like, militia against this many bears, like, you don't even really want to stand it. They just die very quickly. He will regardless. Flame Strike will connect big time. It's 70 supply to 52. Can Sock pull off a miracle hold?
Doesn't look like it. The damage dealer is being taken out quickly. The flame strikes are always nice, but not that powerful. It's only level 1 in the end, and 1 bear fighting 4 militia there. There is potion, so maybe he's overcommitting a little to these heroes, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, Archmage didn't even make it to level 4 here. As
town
Sock
is
will
under
tap
siege.
out. We're headed to a map number 3. That's what I'm talking about.
Fun game, ReMinD classic style. This is the perfect map for ReMinD, by the way. Autumn leaves, short rush distance, exposed human expansion. Absolutely perfect. And Sock slowed down so much. He got the water elemental ensnared. Again, it keeps happening. I think it could look quite a bit different if those peasants are all healthy. But whatever, we're going to map 3, where it's going to be probably a little harder for ReMinD to be that aggressive.
Your comments on the engine of war, Remo?
Very funny. Gave me a good giggle.
All right, then time to pull out the clip and watch that again. We throw you into a little break, give the players a little time to rest, and then we have the decision here in the last series of the Asian region's group stage. DreamHack Fall, Group D, decision time in the lower bracket final. It's tied 1-1. Who's gonna grace us with their presence next week? It's either gonna be Sock for the Africa Freaks or ReMinD. Zero effort. Man, that would be quite a thing if ReMinD could really pull through and get this one map more than in the winner bracket semifinal here. All up to him. Last map is CH. Remo, your final thoughts before we move into the game.
CH, you know, could also be a tough map here. Sock hopefully studied the replays by Chimico. It's hard to creep this expansion safe, but there's a way to do it. You have to be very specific. And if he doesn't manage to, there's going to be floodgates wide open for ReMinD's aggression again.
Okay, both players here once more. Sock hands off the keyboard. ReMinD already ready to rock. I guess we've got these two players at the first GCS, which is now WGL, 6 years ago. And now they meet again. Okay, will it be the Cinderella story of ReMinD, or is it our winter champion pulling through? CH is gonna decide it all. This entire group stage is up to this one map and nothing else. Let's decide this. ReMinD, upper right. Sock, bottom left. It's gonna come out on top. I would be very surprised to see anything but an Archmage Keeper opening again.
Yeah, it should be what we see on most maps at least, unless ReMinD really wanted to go crazy and be like, alright, for the old days, you know, with a Demon Hunter. I don't think so. That was the map actually that the first time that they met on ReMinD 1, which was the opener, so you know, perhaps gives him a little bit of extra hope. But we saw what adjustments Chimico showed up with today and looked absolutely amazing. So we can expect that Sock also will have looked into those games and be looking to make some adjustments himself.
Yeah, but wouldn't be too surprised if Chimico and Sock had a little brainstorming yesterday, both facing strong Night Elves today. And two brains are thinking better than one, right? So why not put their heads together and come up with something here? Archmage confirmed, Keeper confirmed. Is it the fast expansion? Will he also use 8 peasants for that? Man, the early game is gonna be so important here.
Yeah, usually like we used to see was varying amounts of creeping from the Night Elves. Like sometimes, you know, they would go for the big null of the CRD Expo because of the entangled trick on that one, and it'd be only a level 5 creep. But on the other side from the human, it's almost always the same, you know, like creep the orange first, and then you go for Expo. The question is, do you go for it as second camp or as third camp with the Nightfall helping you? In which case the Night Elf can be on you, but you can chase the Night Elf army with your own army and only leave your Water Elemental and a lot of militia creeping the Expo. It was the big game changer, and sometimes the Elf would mix in also some Wisp to try and detonate those Water Elementals at the Expo. As of late, they've been doing that a lot less.
ReMinD has a Wisp here to scout and detonate first. Sock takes his time, finds the ring, feels Batman. Tower's coming up for safety.
A player's forces are under
And
attack.
creeping continues. Both will be level 2.
By the way, I loved how when I asked Blolight why Crystal Ball might be his favorite item now, he was like, no, actually the rings are still worse.
Yeah, I thought so. You guys, you think alike. You're two little trolls yourself.
The Keeper is going in towards the main, and that's something where we've seen elves do a lot of damage onto the peasant economy of the main base. And Sock, look at this. He's ready this time. Scout Tower about to morph into an Arcane Tower. ReMinD immediately makes the right adjustment, by the way. He sees that, he's like, okay, you're going to be completely ready. There's no way I can harass there. So he goes to the Expo. And then it's like, well, you've invested that into towers, into a tower. Yes, you secured your main base, but now I'm harassing the Expo instead.
Okay, we got 6 militia, I believe. Ma is looking okay-ish. Can't summon the new water anymore. And that one is gone. We got treants galore here. We got a Keeper with a lot of damage. Poison everywhere. And so much more mana for ReMinD. Trying to get as many kills as possible without using that. That's one more peasant down. And the Expo is not even prepped yet. Not only did he not start, no, he has to finish that camp before. It's already a big delay on Sock.
Yeah, didn't quite get that last peasant. Unfortunately for ReMinD here, there would have been a bit of XP as well, but he's gonna go straight for that equipment. He preserved his mana so well. There was no mana used needlessly, you know, on like either trance or entangle. He's so calculated with his keeper play, much like in last game, and ReMinD now looking incredible. Sok is gonna stay the course. A lot of players would have just tagged here. He's like, no, I still want to expand. I see that your keeper is already low. When there are already hunts on the field, it's so dangerous to do this because of the potential that they have against footmen and peasants like this.
Major move by Sok to get this staff here. Otherwise, the keeper is just going home, heal up, come back. Huge last hit for level 3. No way! ReMinD got it! Oh my god. Sok, this is horrible for you.
A player's forces are
Yeah, keeper is almost level 3 now. And ReMinD skipped the expansion entirely, by the way. He's just stacking. He has the Hunter Soul. Might start a tree sometime soon here. Footman's doing a one-on-one with a Huntress across the map. That is not a fight he's ever going to win.
Nope. Oh, he can heal up at the fountain now. Sok has to wake up the creeps ASAP. This is gonna be rough, man. He has to play from behind. And I gotta say, this new Night Elf opening, Cini showed it, Colorful played it, ReMinD plays it as well. Huntress on CH, pretty good.
forces are under
That's level 3 keeper.
No.
Not like this. Oh my god.
Oh.
And he gets it. And keeper close to full mana by the time he gets across the map. He will be. He hasn't picked yet. He knows there is no Arcane Tower at the Expo. He might go Trance level 2 just because of that. Even though usually you'd always go Entangle level 2. Let's see. Still thinking on it here a little bit.
For Colorful, that certainly failed. We get a Panda for ReMinD as well. Huntress still in the base. They got a couple of kills here. 3 of them.
He trapped them.
No tower, yeah, he tries to. Gets 1. But the
Very
Panda's
tough.
here. Good night, peasants.
He still hasn't picked the second spell. Okay. He goes Entangle now. ReMinD was really waiting till the last second for this. Shows up with some Trance.
forces are under
Let the Entangle show begin.
So far he has to pull back. He's scared of a surround. That's the only thing that can break him at the moment. The tech of Sok is infinitely delayed.
He could actually tech now. He has enough lumber, but I think he's worried about the peasants he's going to lose, so he's already kind of replacing them. He should be teching soon. There is a deny here, the last second. Very well done by Sok.
And, this
And there's a
could've-
footman across the map still harassing, by the way. Is ReMinD going to have one base break into this expo? This is like such a rare build nowadays.
Yeah, Colorful played it this morning as well on Autumn Leaves.
player's forces
When
are
his tech
under
was
attack.
so ahead. Or not really his tech, but the tech buildings especially. Keeper's running out of mana. Didn't kill too many footies, which are of course easy to replace. And this Panda effect, I don't feel it yet.
Yeah, because he's only level 1, so it takes a while. Like, from level 3, you can definitely see him be able to provide a lot more. Panda needs to move out of the fountain. Because a little close. Those eventually get out there. And that's, I think, what he might start working on here with the lab creep being up next.
player's forces
Missions are
are
already in
under attack.
position. No expansion whatsoever from
Is
ReMinD.
under siege.
Yeah, there's a bear bust, and that's gonna be it then. Clock is ticking for Sok. Tech has started 1/3, roundabout.
More like there's a bear bus, man. You know, that's what they call it on PUBG. Like, when the full squad attacks into your house and like tries to, you know, get rid of you, they call it, they sent a bus to kill you.
These PUBG people. Dude, I don't want to be in a bus full of bears. That would scare the hell out of me.
Yeah, I don't want to meet one bear. Period. Imagine a bus.
I love to meet a panda bear, especially if he has a crate of beer with him.
Under attack.
And this Rock Golem not giving up that position here.
But two
Fighting
more.
back against the invaders.
He's gonna protect this laboratory. No matter what. More experience. Ooh, 2 more kills going ReMind's way.
And this Dryad emptied the Moonwells. That's actually not ideal.
Whoops.
Unless you can get some perfect abolish out of it.
Exactly, that was so perfect,
Calculated.
man. And he also saved that like 0 HP wisp into a Moonwell. Getting a little distracted here by this Archmage, so the economy of Sok is coming online.
Town is under
1,000
siege.
gold.
Forces
This
are
time the
under
Slumber
attack.
looks a little more balanced than before, and tier 2 is finishing. but the bear attack is yet to come. Tier 3 is done. Just waiting for the upgrade to start.
Sock has bought a lot of time here. Now it's tier 2. Double Sanctum is gonna start. He goes for Blood Mage second. And ReMinD not having an expansion in sight, I'm really curious what the game plan is. He might just go to 50 supply, maybe creep the center with 50 supply, and then get the expansion there on location. But obviously, Sock's gonna work towards not giving him any room to do this.
Ooh, the Dryad. Under attack. Should be a staff. Yeah, there's a staff now. Reju is up now as well. The power spike for ReMinD. The next one is coming. And a little bit of supply is still occupied. Forces a town portal here by Hunts. Okay. Panda not getting too close to 3 with this one. He played with a Zeppelin before. I wonder if he does it again.
Yeah, I think it's in higher supply scenarios, though. I don't think here he necessarily should. That last attack here by Sock was pretty bad, by the way. He achieved nothing except like he bought a little bit of time, but he was forced to TP. He lost the Water Elemental. Not the ideal scenario. And because he hasn't been creeping, look at his gold. He's on 50 supplies, already spent his entire bank. If you ReMinD, you shouldn't really care now. There is, I guess, an expansion standing. You just take the complete map control. And he's stealing away his merchant. Trying to get Panda level 3. Yes. Sock sees that. He's like, I'm out of here.
When of mana stealing, not too bad for a Panda, as he's getting siphoned all the time. Got the anti-magic ready as well. Is the army ready though to bust this?
Yeah, the problem is that Militia can come into play here, so ReMinD has to be really careful. Of course, he has a Panda level 3, so it's not like Militia has the ultimate counter either. He's trying to catch this army on his own, but he's very close to the human base, which usually is pretty dangerous.
Soccer skipping on Dispel. Doesn't have that yet, so it's still entangled galore.
Yeah, that's actually so weird. Like, you definitely need this spell here.
So many elves, so many humans delay it in this tournament at
I
least.
don't know why. He knows he's entangled level 2 as well. Right, ReMinD coming in. Breath of Fire is gonna hit big time. He uses the anti-magic immediately. Prevents any sort of siphon on the Panda. He wants to get the max damage for this. The goal for ReMinD here is to get good trades and then pull back before he loses anything. Save all the bears, kill a lot, get out, and then heal up and rinse and repeat.
100% true so far. I think only a Huntress fell. Now this bear gets the staff out last second. Reju is running too. And man, it is an absolute slaughter on the workforce. I would go on strike if I'm one of Sock's peasants now.
One breaker. He's diving deep for that breaker here. Okay, ReMind's time to run, I think. Staff is actually down. The Panda
Oh, blocks
blocking
himself.
himself. Not like this.
Got a replenishment. Just needs to get out of range.
A player's
Bottom
forces
right,
are
there's a
under
shot
attack.
coming up for the next
Yeah,
attack.
I think he thought he was going to go to the expo initially, and then he saw triple tower and triple farm blocking it, and he's like, he made a great decision again. You know, like a lot of players would just stay the course. They'd just be like, all right,
Yeah.
I decided I was going to go for that. There's no way I'm going to do anything else. But no, he adapted yet again.
Still no adept training. He started it now. ReMind's army is not fully assembled yet. Lots of red dots on the map.
He should creep center, I think. But then Sock might be onto him.
Yeah.
Prevent him from doing that. There is no town portal, so Sock's playing scared. If ReMinD picks up on this, maybe he goes center, but no, he wants to fight yet again. He doesn't want the human to get to a high supply count. If Sock gets to 70, 80 supply, then it becomes so much harder to actually win the fight. So by the time this happens, you want to have a Panda level 5, ideally.
It's not so far away. They crept well. This Breath of Fire didn't do much. Do we have heal scrolls? We got a heal potion, but apart
There's
from
no
that...
dispel. It's 70%
Yeah.
through completion.
Oh man, these rifles are suffering. He can't do anything against the treants, can't do anything against the Reju. Level 4 on the Panda. Flame Strike comes in, but ReMinD is immediately dodging most of the damage here. Siphon crucial now, but there is a potion and yet another wand of mana stealing.
Yeah, ReMinD should mix in maybe a few more Dryads, especially because there is very little Molotov. It's just the one right now. One bear will finally go down here. Panda has a mana potion. If he times this really well with another Breath of Fire, those casters are gonna fall very quickly. Keeper moves to the right to try and snipe and finish off some of those breakers.
Oh my. This is looking so good. Flame Strike again, trying to grill some of these bears. Drunken Ace, Breath of Fire. Everything is missing. The police is coming again, trying to arrest the Dryads, but they resist.
Oh, ReMinD had a bit of a misrally. He's got 2 Dryads stuck in the center of the map, not moving. He's gonna be forced back now. Finally stabs back to Panda. He's gonna TP immediately after to save the bears. That one, can it live? Oh my god, it dies in the last second.
Okay, where is this game now? Sock holds, Sock lives. 45 supply only, but 2 bases. Panda got level 4, huge level ups, level 5 on the Keeper as well.
The Sock has 47 supply, but he has absolutely no bank. ReMinD has been trading so well, he's been saving a lot of units, just pulling them back to the fountain. Now those 2 Dryads, he realized that they were stuck in the middle of the map. He's probably thinking, goodness, if I had this with me, maybe I would have been able to finish the game, but
Yes.
now they're gonna compete for the center.
4 Dryads up. This army is ridiculous. 1 Sword, 1 Priest, 4 Breakers. He doesn't even have control magic, like these Treants. They just flop this army. Uh-oh, double AoE. The Overlord, he's just waiting for it. Got the big steal once more, ReMinD.
The Medallion of Courage was picked up for the Archmage. There is finally Dispel, but I don't know if he doesn't have the mana. No, he's just not using it here. Those Treants would have been gotten out of there. And now ReMinD can finish the center, and Panda will get closer to level 5. Louis even move commands his army to try and push the Keeper away early enough. I think that might not have succeeded for the first creep. Will for the other 2. And he's going to be so close to level 5. And I think wasn't there some creep left on the lab here? Because I see there's still the orange thing on the minimap.
Yeah.
I mean, he could just get level 5 safely here with the Morlock camp up there. And then being level 5-5 against 4-2. He's gonna be like, all right, who's out leveling who now? This is not Tidehunters anymore. They're not
Exactly, man. It's a whole different ball game. 5-5 heroes. Army looking good. But the longer the game goes, the better it is for Sock, obviously, thanks to the second base. 7,000 gold still in, 3,600 here. More Breakers, more Mortars. But also more Bears. ReMinD pushing the issue now.
The thing is, when ReMinD reaches, 1,500 gold in his main gold mine to 1,000, he can just upgrade Nature's Blessing and then move that tree to the center and expand again. Whereas, like, on this map, the expansion mines out, not like on Northern Isle, like same time as the main base if you take it immediately, but a little bit after. So there's still a decent amount of gold that Sock is working with. The problem is, he can't get enough army to outproduce ReMinD, so then he's just losing to those heroes. Panda is almost 5. The Mortars is what he went for first to protect the Dryads and make sure they stay useful for the rest of the fight. Bears coming in.
Yeah, Bears clump up. Nice damage. One more heal scroll on Sock's side. Can the Militia do it here? Zeppelin, level 5 Panda. He has a mana potion. Getting sucked though. Oh, that's a lot of mana gone for ReMinD. There is no second Zeppelin to save him here. Has to reposition. The Flame Strike might actually be doing it. Panda gets some redo. 4 more healing. Breath of Fire was okay, but not great. And that was the last one for a while. These bears are all so hurt. Flame Strike. Oh my god. Bear Grylls.
Panda almost has a Breath of Fire here. Oh my god, the Zeppelin. Woo! A little bit lower in hit points, the Breath of Fire, and that would have been a dream here for ReMinD, who still comes out ahead from that fight. We got Sock on 34 supply. A Mortar is gonna fall. That was getting chased by Dryads. And ReMinD is not slowing down. Like most people would be running home here, healing up and going again, but no. He can't smell his spot in the playoffs here. And he's gonna go for that workshop to make sure there is never a Mortar hurting his beautiful little Dryads at the back ever again.
Whoopsie, these Flame Strikes are really good. Gotta be careful with the... But another bear falls. This was maybe a little ambitious. Workshop still up.
You think the Keeper's talking to the trees? He's like, you're supposed to work for me. This is ridiculous. You're blocking me, bruh.
He put a lot of faith in the Treants, going 3 and 3. Oh man, Sock against the ropes, not giving this up.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, ReMinD 0-0 upgrade, by the way. Didn't go for a single upgrade the whole game. He was just like, we make unit, we fight, we win.
And mana potions. Units and mana potions. Heal scrolls. Oh, Tome of Retraining! The Song of Ice and Fire. Todd, can you sing for me?
No.
Damn. I had to try though.
Retraining can be good because like you're facing an elf that's very bear heavy and really reliant on them. And we've seen, when those bears clump up, if you can land the Wombo combo, Blizzard and Flame Strike, they evaporate very quickly. So that's the goal here,
Players'
but
forces are under
not
attack.
much gold left in the main base. 2500s for Stock, who's actually, he used so much militia that he has way more than ReMinD. ReMinD has 1200.
Okay, he sees the blizzard now. There is, of course, Entangle to get rid of it, but very expensive. Means there's not too many Treants anymore. Okay, ReMinD. He's attacking the expansion now. He's had enough of the fights on the left-hand side, resulting in a lot of kills. There's no disable for Sock, so if there's Tranquility, maybe he can't even out-heal this double AoE.
And then the goal for ReMinD would be to use Tranquility in a position where it's very hard for Stock to run away. So like close to his base or in his base.
Man, these human Night Elf games today, they're quite something. They're putting on a show.
I mean, when these guys play at this level, it's super entertaining to watch. And it
Foggy
looks
Johnny
like,
Cage as well. Might be my favorite matchup, man. It's so great.
yeah. I can't believe it's still 0-0. Like, even the +1 attack upgrade is so cheap. It makes a lot of sense to go for a Sock with a bit of dirty movement. Oh my god, he's getting caught. The Blood Mage is going to be exposed. He's got a great healing. He's going to Townfall in a panic. Everything is low. Panda losing his mana to the Arcane Tower, but whew, that was... Keeper's almost 6. Even more close now, thanks to a few snipes.
Oh, this is so much surface area on this town hall now. All the protecting buildings are gone. That forest is gone. But the Flame Strike and Blizzards, they protect the villagers.
And the fact that there's no mortars makes the Dryads super safe at the back. There's nothing that will ever like be able to kill them. Okay, ReMinD, what are you doing? Like now you're just trolling a little bit.
He wants to bust this Expo, like, at all costs.
You can just use the fountain in the back, send whatever is injured, heal for free, and keep going. And there's no Stormbolt to actually like block anything down. He stabs away.
Hero focus again indeed, but man, ReMinD is marching forward. Stock is stuck in a corner, can't kite anymore. But ReMinD has to pull back. This AoE damage of Blizzard and Flame Strike saves his tournament life.
It's so perfect to head to the fountain right now for ReMinD as well. He's got so many low hit points unit. He can give the orb to the Panda and do the Drake easily if he wants to. He's gonna staff home actually to replenish full mana, full hit points. That Panda being level 5.6 is gonna be so scary. And he grabs another anti-magic. He's done that so well.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, anti-magic can be dispelled, but he can just wait every time until Siphon starts and then cancel out the first Siphon perfectly.
Gyro woke up the creep, so no bath for ReMinD anymore. 4.5 Archmage, 3 Blood Mage. Take a look at the
Trust
experience.
me, he's gonna take a bath in the human player's salt after this game. He might actually drown. It's so
We'll see.
up to the top.
We'll see about that. Level 6 around the corner, and he needs this mana, man. Tranquility is gonna be insane. And let's
Honestly, I feel like Sock still has a chance. He just needs like a miraculous fight. He just needs ReMinD to take a horrible fight.
Yeah, I feel like ReMinD has to overstay a little. Getting too greedy, like he was poking at this town hall a little bit already. If this continues, he's gonna lose a lot of HP, and if he thinks, okay, I can break this, but then miscalculates or gets low damage rolls, it's definitely possible that Sock gets a quad or pentakill.
ReMinD perfectly went for Nature's Blessing when he needed to, so now he's moving that Tree of Eternity to the center at the correct
A player's
speed.
forces are under attack.
Okay, Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, but mostly targeting these breakers who are of course not affected by it.
Yeah, this, actually, he hits a bunch of the Sorceress and the Mortar, but this wasn't great. Usually you want to break that first Siphon with this. Now it was dispelled instantly, and he actually lost a lot of mana immediately after. I think second staff would have been nice, but I guess now that the tree has been moved to the center, he would have just ended up staffing the Panda to the center instead of back at home, ready to use the Moonwells.
ReMinD is super quick with the slow dispels, by the way. That there's no sign that he's like, what is he by now, 34 or something, 32? Not 100% sure, but yeah, this guy still...
He's entering his prime.
You could tell, right? Okay, got level 6. At least on the Keeper. So much
A player's
healing on
forces are
top
under attack.
of the already existing rejuvenation.
Yeah, the main is about to fully run out of gold. Oh my god, he just sent... Look at the main base of Stock. Wait. Popo! He's sending all the police here. He wants to take that fight. It would be a good time to stop summoning Treants here, because if they get control magic, it's going to be very hard for, I think, ReMinD to keep up mana-wise with those Dryads against all the slow plus the Treants that he needs to abolish.
Can you remember the last time there was a level up for Sock? Because I seriously can't. It must be like 5 minutes ago or 6.
Yeah, probably more even.
Here's the push though.
Like, too steadily, and he's not even close to like other big levels either. Archmage is 4.6. He would have to kill so much to actually get that fight. The breakers are attacking the tree. Oh no, he went for Treants again, and those get controlled.
Yeah.
He's kind of abolished for everything.
The Panda was not part of this fight, but he can gather huge experience here. That might be the ultimate for the Panda. Tranquility comes in. There is no way to stop this. Has to abandon this fight. Wasn't enough experience. Can he throw another Breath of Fire? No. But oh, this feels good. Everything back at green. And there's a little bit of experience. Maybe that is ReMinD's idea, to summon these Treants and get experience that way.
Seems a little far-fetched, but maybe. That was a smart TP. Like, you shouldn't keep fighting even for 1 second against Complete. He has double heal scroll now. The police is not being sent from the main base. I mean, they don't even have that many peasants. The main base is almost fully mined out here from Sock. He's gonna use one of these scrolls very soon here. All the backline is low. The Panda looking for the perfect Breath of Fire.
The heal scroll. Oh, what a lifesaver! But says hello to the police and burns them. The Song of Ice and Fire, it has to be loud. It has to be super loud. When is the cooldown gone for Tranquility? Kinda needs it. That Panda! That Panda! No way, ReMinD! Losing the second hero. Oh no! Tranquility wasn't not ready, and that is huge level ups now. Tranquility once again, the ultimate. Can it save ReMinD? He's with his back against the tavern, but there's no gold. Oh, this AoE is just so sick. Can he out heal it? Next, focus fire on the keeper. There's no TP. There's no staff anymore. Of course, it wasn't the Panda. Whoa,
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Okay, you restarted Panda. It's not actually that expensive when you just remake it from the alpha. It's just gonna take a very long time to come back out, but the bears are getting chased. ReMinD with a massive overextension here. He had way more gold available in the center. He could have just looked for a much better fight to take. And now Sock, it feels like there is almost hope. I mean, of course he knows that the Panda is gonna restart. So all the pressure is on him to keep fighting, to chase down these units and try and deal with his solo keeper alone. Tranquility, 16 seconds from reloading here.
My lordy, this game is so sick. Keeper getting siphoned, has no Tranquility at the moment. He's yet about to fight into this once his Blood Mage gone, but he's casting one Flame Strike after the next. A heated battle between Sock and ReMinD. Big supply lead for the Night Elf. He's mining. So is Sock, but not for much longer.
Yeah, Sock has 1,200 gold left in the expansion, none in the main base. I'm making a peasant for some reason, no idea why. Maybe because he has almost no lumber.
Oh, slow and blizzard. Nice stab though.
And Panda getting closer to coming back out here. And he was so close to 6 as well. This is heartbreaking. Like, I saw him move up, I was like, no. He's not gonna do this. He's not gonna move too far from the keeper. And then he did. ReMinD blocking himself with his own units a little bit.
How many mortars? Uh-oh, 3 mortars. Flame Strike, Blizzard. Hold the phone. Tree of Eternity under attack. ReMinD has to engage. This is his lifeline. This is his income.
I think if he lost it, he could remake it. Yeah, I think it should have way too much hit points for it to really be on the threat here.
Panda back.
Tranquility, yeah, everything was low. This makes perfect sense. Actually.
Yeah.
It's not that costly mana-wise as well. Panda is back out on the map. Gets a clarity, a potion of mana, and anti-magic. And I think he might be about to get Sock out of there here to punch his ticket into the playoffs.
Okay, is that the knockout punch here? Panda is 100 XP away from... Oh, maybe he doesn't even need that. The Blood Mage Sock calls for the GG, and it's ReMinD who's making it into the playoffs. My God. What a story. You see the relief on camera here. Yep, a little sweaty over there, but man, the composure of